What's up, everyone? Welcome to the January 23rd edition of the NBA Bet Pro video. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, we're going to walk through some of the best prop bets for tonight's 7-game NBA slate using the new prop betting tool that we have available on the Stokastic.com website and the Odd Shopper site. If you're not familiar, quick overview. This tool is powered by our DFS projections. Same team that does those does these. It's just an easy way to see the best bets on individual sports books or the best overall bets that you can make. If you're someone that has a bankroll on a variety of books, you can come to this best bets tab and just very quickly see across multiple books where the best places to bet are. If you're somebody that just has money on DraftKings or FanDuel or BetMGM or Caesars, whatever it may be, you can go to that specific tab, see the best bets for that individual book as well. We also have some interesting stats in the table. Win percentage, self-explanatory, how often you're expected to win the bet, your expected return. S-bet percentage is how much we recommend wagering on the bet, and the SEV is how much you can expect your bankroll to grow if you do place the recommended bet size on that wager. Finally, we do have a color-coded system for dealing with injuries. It's a quick way for you to see that maybe you don't want to you might not want to place a wager that shows up as being positive because of a questionable teammate. That could really change things. So that's an easy way for you to see when there's situations like that. But now, as we have, or actually before we get into it, if you are looking to take advantage of this tool, which you probably should be, 7-day free trial, sign up, take advantage, figure out how you can work it into your process. It's very likely you're going to make enough money during that free 7-day trial to pay for it going forward. So sign up, take advantage of that. Now, starting with BetMGM, the top option here, we have Jalen Duren over 9.5 rebounds at minus 140. We have him projected for 12.3 rebounds. You will see he's highlighted in yellow here, which, as I mentioned a second ago, means that there's someone impactful on his team that is questionable. But in this case, that's Killian Hayes. And Killian Hayes shouldn't really have an impact on Jalen Duren, certainly shouldn't have an impact on his rebounding. So even if Killian Hayes were ruled out, you're not expecting Jalen Duren's rebound projection to come down. So still comfortable going here, even with the Killian Hayes news. So disregarding the yellow tag on him because of this specific bet. Over 9.5 rebounds at minus 140. 65% chance of winning, 12% expected return. We recommend wagering about 12.3% of your bankroll, and you can expect your bankroll to grow by about 1%. Duren should be the starting center tonight. We have no Isaiah Stewart, no Marvin Bagley. The only real risk outside of just him underperforming would be if you did get Nerlens Noel starting for some reason, but there's no reason to expect that he starts in place of Duren here. So over 9.5 rebounds for him on BetMGM. Moving over to Caesars, Jalen Duren once again is the top bet here. We just talked about it. You can place the bet there as well. It is going to look a little bit better on BetMGM where it's minus 140 as opposed to minus 142 on Caesars. But the next best is Harrison Barnes over 4.5 rebounds. We've seen Sacramento really tighten up their rotation recently, which has led to Harrison Barnes playing even more minutes than he had been. He's minus 117. We have him projected for 5.9 rebounds, which gives you a 59% chance of winning this wager, a 10% expected return. We recommend wagering 8.6% of your bankroll, and you can expect your bankroll to grow by about 0.57%. He is highlighted in very, very faint yellow here, but the only questionable player for Sacramento right now is Chimezie Metu, which, again, just should not have an impact on Harrison Barnes, so we're not worried about that. Now, before we get over to DraftKings and FanDuel, one more reminder to sign up, take advantage of the 7-day free trial for the Bet Pro tool. Free to sign up, take advantage of it, and hopefully grow your bankroll over that 7-day free trial. Now, moving on to DraftKings, Harrison Barnes at the top. We already talked about him. Saddiq Bey, I am going to avoid this one as opposed to the Jalen Duren one. The reasons are that the bet here for Saddiq Bey is an under. And so if Killian Hayes were to be ruled out, you could conceivably see a little bit of increased usage for Bey or more playing time. There is a chance that this projection changes by enough if Hayes is ruled out that we wouldn't want this bet anymore. Similarly with Eric Gordon, we have Jabari Smith questionable. We have the recommended wager here being under 2.5 rebounds. If Smith is out, you could conceivably see the rebounding rebounding projection increase a bit for Eric Gordon. So I'm going to avoid these unders with questionable players. But again, going back to that first bet, the over for Jalen Duren Killian Hayes being out isn't going to make his rebounding projection come down. So comfortable with that one, not as comfortable with these. But now we have Paolo Banchero over 1.5 3-pointers at plus 180. We have him projected for 1.6 threes. Gives you a 40% chance of winning this wager. But because it is plus 180, that still gives you a 12% expected return. We recommend wagering about 4.9% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 0.38%. And finally, going over to FanDuel, we have that Sadiq Bey bet at the top, which we're avoiding for right now. Actually, this is a different one, but it's under 17.5 points. So again, it's an under that could be impacted a bit by Killian Hayes being out. If you wanted to take this one, you still could. You can see here that Sadiq Bey is projected for 13.9 points. If Killian Hayes is out, it's unlikely that Bay's projection is going to increase by enough for this not to be a profitable wager. But to play it safe, I'm going to skip that one. Skip the Harrison Barnes one that we already talked about. That gets us to Giannis here at under 12.5 rebounds against the Detroit Pistons. Certainly a good spot for Giannis, but also plenty of blowout risk here. The Bucks are at full strength, taking on a very bad Detroit team. He is minus 122. We have him projected for 10.9 rebounds. That gives us a 60% chance of winning this wager, a 9% expected ROI. We recommend wagering about 8.2% of your bankroll, and you can expect your bankroll to grow by about 0.5%. Now, before we recap the top 4 bets that we just talked about, as a reminder, if you do not have money on one of these sportsbooks and you would like to, check the pinned comment below this video. We have different sign-up offers for all of these sportsbooks you can take advantage of using the links below. At BetMGM, over 9.5 rebounds for Jalen Duren. At Caesars, over 4.5 rebounds for Harrison Barnes. At DraftKings, we skipped the injury-related ones up here. It gets us to over 1.5 3-pointers at plus 180 for Paolo Banchero. And on FanDuel, under 12.5 rebounds at minus 122 for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's all I have for this video. Good luck on your bets today, everyone.